Hello champions, welcome to our first Apex Legends tips video. We'll be focusing on some basic stuff today for newcomers and also talk about a few less known mechanics of Apex Legends. We hope this video will help you guys up your game and help you earn a few victories. Okay, let's start. First tip we have is with one of the most powerful gun in the game, the Peacekeeper shotgun. This is actually a 2-in-1 tip since we'll cover two things about the Peacekeeper. First of all, the precision choke narrows the spread of your pellets. This gives a lot more range to your Peacekeeper and literally makes it a medium and almost long range weapon. This is particularly powerful because the Peacekeeper does not have fall off damage. That means the damage isn't reduced over distance. Even if your target is far away, your shots will still deal full damage. The drawback with the precision choke is that it needs to be charged up in order to gain that narrow spread. The longer you charge it, the narrower the spread gets. So that being said, whenever you have a precision choke equipped, keep in mind that you can fight at a longer distance without any issues. The second Peacekeeper tip involves rocking two of them. You can do what we call a double pump by having two Peacekeepers. This technique allows you to fire two shots in quick succession without having to wait for the crank animation. If you can land two quick shots, you can probably down an enemy before he downs you. What you basically have to do is to fire your first shot, then immediately switch to your second Peacekeeper and fire the second shot. Since you don't have to sit through the cranking animation after the first shot, you'll get to fire off the second shot fairly quicker. The only drawback with the double pump technique is that once you fired both shots, you have to sit through the cranking animation of both your Peacekeepers. This is actually pretty powerful if you sneak up on an unsuspecting enemy and you double pump them real quick before they even have time to react. Chances are they'll be down by the time they realize it. Number 2 tip is a lesser known mechanic in Apex Legends called ledge peeking. Did you know that you can ledge peek when you reach the top of a ledge whenever you wall climb? All you have to do is let go of the jump button when you're about to vault over a wall that you're climbing, and your character will hang by the ledge of the wall. As long as you didn't hit the forward button, you'll hang there and it'll give you vision from what's in front of it. This allows you to peek over the wall without exposing yourself. The enemies will have a much harder time seeing you, and if you are in any kind of danger, you can simply drop back down the ledge and retreat. Third tip is about how doors work in Apex Legends. If you ever get trapped in a room for one reason or another, and you can't get out because there's somebody blocking the door, a deathbug is stuck there, Caustic is using you as a test subject or whatever, what you can do is melee the hell out of the door, and you can actually break it after 2 hits and make your way out. On a side note, not recommended, but grenades also blow open doors. Tip number 4 has to do with doors again, and this one is a little more obscure and not many people know how to take advantage of this. This technique is called door climbing, and it involves climbing on top of an open door to reach higher areas. Using this technique can save you time, not having to take the stairs or walk around to a side of the building that allows you to wall climb. All you have to do is open the door, face the side of the door and climb it. You'll end up on top of the door, which you use as a platform to climb onto something higher. As you can see, it's much faster to door climb than to actually find a platform to climb onto and then climb again. Keep an eye out for opportunities to climb doors. It can sometimes help you flank the enemy much faster or catch unsuspecting enemies. At the beginning of each match, you'll notice that champions are announced. What exactly are the champions and how are they picked? First of all, champions are picked by the player's performance in their previous match. That means if they won the previous match or not, and how many kills they had. That determines who the champions are in this current match. So there are 3 things you need to know about the champions. 1, they were the best performing players out of everyone in their previous match. And 2, if you kill the champions, you get a 500 bonus XP. And finally 3, if you are the champion, you automatically gain 500 XP at the end of the match, even if you just fall off the cliff right off the bat. Tip number 6. Whenever you take the balloons to help you move around the map, You can maximize the travel distance by looking all the way up while you're gliding. This ensures you're minimizing the dive. Keep in mind that you can actually free look while you dive, so whenever you reach the top of the balloon, just pitch up and then use the free look to see where you're going. You'll get much more distance out of a jump than if you look normally. Tip 7 is pretty straightforward. Of the 8 current legends, you should learn to use at least 3 of them and be comfortable playing with them. Since you can't pick the same character as someone else in your team, if you don't know how to play with at least 3 legends, you might end up with a legend that you're completely unfamiliar with. Especially if you're the last one to select and the previous 2 players have picked the only heroes that you know how to play with. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but being familiar with the legend's abilities can often determine the outcome of a firefight or even the entire match. Next, we have what we call damage markers. You may have noticed when you hit an enemy, the damage markers pop up in different colors. These colors represent what type of shield the enemy currently has equipped and will give you an idea on how much damage is needed to down your opponent. The colors match the colors of the shield found in Apex Legends. White numbers mean they're wearing level 1 shields, which gives them an extra 50 HP. Blue numbers represent level 2 shields for a total of 75 HP. And purple damage markers mean they're wearing level 3 or a legendary shield, both granting an extra 100 HP. If you see a red outline, it means they aren't wearing any shields, and yellow numbers represent headshot damage. With these different color schemes, when you engage an enemy, you'll have a better idea if a battle is worth fighting, or you should just retreat when you know your opponent has way more shields than you. On to tip number 9. When your teammate is killed, you can retrieve their banner and bring them back into battle at any of the respawn beacons spread across Kings Canyon. One small detail we want to clarify about this is that anyone from your team can activate the respawn beacon. It does not have to be the same person that picked up the banner. This allows more effective respawns if you can coordinate with your teammate to have one pick up the banner while the other can already start heading towards the respawn beacon. Every second you save counts in your favor when bringing back your teammates. The final tip of this video is about the usage of your healing slot. Basically, the healing item that you have put into your hotkey, and what item you should put there first. Generally speaking, your shields are the first to be depleted, so it makes sense shield items are first. Not only that, but shield cells and shield batteries take less time to consume than syringes and medkits. Shield batteries take 5 seconds to consume and fully replenish your shields, giving you up to 100 HP if you have the max shields, while a medkit, which also gives you 100 HP, takes 8 seconds to consume. So next time you're in the heat of battle, always use your shield items first. They take less time to consume, and it can make the difference between life and death. So there you have it. We hope you found these tips useful and that they will help you guys up your game in Apex Legends. If you have any suggestions on how we can improve, things you'd like to see, or if you have tips you'd like us to include in our future videos, feel free to let us know in the comments below. We'll try to post weekly videos, and in our next video, we'll cover a few more game mechanics that not a lot of people know about. I invite you guys to hit that subscribe button and stay up to date with our tips. You can also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search for the Apex Champions. On that note, may the odds be ever in your favor, champions.